Every day, the news is dominated by crime. But occasionally, a really vicious criminal emerges, making us wonder about the people and circumstances in our immediate environment. A person who has murdered more than 3 victims on 2 or more distinct occasions is considered a serial killer. Who are the most heinous serial killers that have ever existed in modern times? Let's go with a ranking of serial killers by the number of victims they killed. 30. Earle Nelson, USA. Victims: 22 confirmed, possibly 25. Where and when? USA and Canada in 1926 and 1927. Also known as guerrilla killer, or the Dark Strangler, he targeted boarding house landladies. 29. Manuel Octavio Bermudez, Colombia. Victims: 21 confirmed, possibly more than 50. Where and when? Colombia from 1999 to 2003. A child molester and serial killer known as the Monster of the Cane Fields, he was an ice cream vendor who lured his victims to cornfields. 28. Ronald Dominique, USA. Victims: 23 confirmed. Where and when? Louisiana from 1997 to 2006. He targeted men in gay bars who were willing to have sex for money. 27. Bela Kiss, Hungary. Victims: 23 women and 1 man confirmed. Where and when? Budapest area from 1912 to 1916. Kiss strangled his victims and drained their blood before placing them in barrels on his property. Kiss escaped and his fate remains a mystery. 26. Fritz Haarmann, Germany. Victims: 24 confirmed, possibly 27 or more. Where and when? Hanover from 1918 to 1924. Known as the Vampire of Hanover, he was notorious for biting through his victim's throat before dumping them in the Liny River. 25. Mikhail Popkov, Russia. Victims: 22 confirmed, possibly 81. Where and when? Angarsk, Irkutsk, and Vladivostok from 1992 to 2010. Nicknamed the Werewolf, he targeted women he considered immoral, like sex workers and inebriated teenagers. 24. Juan Vallejo Corona, Mexico, USA. Victims: 25 confirmed. Where and when? Sutter County, California in 1971. He targeted migrant farm workers and buried them in fruit orchards along the Feather River. 23. Maupa Cedric Maki, South Africa. Victims: 27 confirmed, possibly over 35. Where and when? Johannesburg area from 1996 to 1997. Known as the Wemmerpan Killer, he used guns, rocks, a knife, and a hammer, and targeted victims of various types. 22. Dean Corll, USA. Victims: 29 confirmed. Where and when? Southeast Texas from 1968 to 1973. Known as the Candy Man, he sexually assaulted and tortured young boys with the help of 2 teenage accomplices, one of whom later killed Corll. 21. Karl Denke, from modern-day Poland. Victims: 30 confirmed, possibly 40 or more. Where and when? Committed crimes in modern-day Germany from 1900 to 1924. Often regarded as the forgotten cannibal, the Prussian criminal killed and cannibalized travelers and vagrants. 20. Ramadan Abdul Rahim Mansur, Egypt. Victims: 32 confirmed. Where and when? Egypt from 1999 to 2006. Also known as Al Torbini, the gang leader targeted homeless children, mostly boys, aboard trains. 19. Vasili Komaroff, modern-day Russia. Victims: 33 confirmed. Where and when? Russia from 1921 to 1923. Known as the Wolf of Moscow, the horse trader invited clients into his home and gave them vodka before killing them. 18. Ali Asghar Borujerdi, modern-day Iran. Victims: 33 confirmed. Where and when? Modern-day Iran and Iraq from 1907 to 1934. Known as Asghar the Murderer, he killed and sexually assaulted his first victims at 14. 17. John Wayne Gacy, USA. Victims: 33 confirmed, possibly 34 or more. Where and when? Chicago area from 1972 to 1978. Known as the Killer Clown, Gacy lured boys to his home where he normally suffocated them. 16. Ted Bundy, USA. Victims: 35 confirmed, possibly 36 or more. Where and when? USA from 1974 to 1978. Regarded as charismatic and handsome, he approached women and girls feigning injury or impersonating authority, and abducted them. 15. Gennady Mikhasevich, modern-day Belarus. Victims: 36 confirmed, possibly between 43 and 55. Where and when? Polotsk and surrounding rural areas from 1971 to 1985. He strangled women and often robbed them of money and other valuables, which he would then give to his wife. 14. Serhiy Tkach, modern-day Russia. Victims: 36 confirmed, possibly between 80 and 100. Where and when? Ukraine from 1984 to 2005. A former Ukrainian police officer, he killed girls before engaging in sex acts post-mortem. 13. Moses Sithole, South Africa. Victims: 38 confirmed. Where and when? South Africa from 1994 to 1995. Known as South Africa's Ted Bundy, he lured unemployed women with job promises. 12. Thiago Henrique Gomes da Rocha, Brazil. Victims: 39 confirmed. Where and when? Goiás area from 2011 to 2014. The security guard targeted women, homeless people, and gay men. He approached on motorcycle pretending to be an armed robber. 11. Ahmad Suradji, Indonesia. Victims: 42 confirmed, possibly more than 80. Where and when? Medan area from 1986 to 1997. He strangled women and buried them up to their waists in a sugarcane plantation as part of a ritual, seeking magical powers. 10. Wang Qiang, China. Victims: 45 confirmed, possibly over 60. Where and when? Liaoning from 1995 to 2003. He is regarded as one of the most notorious murderers and rapists in Chinese history. 9. Alexander Pichushkin, Russia. Victims: 48 confirmed, possibly 60. Where and when? Moscow from 1992 to 2006. Also known as the chessboard killer, he used vodka to lure victims, mainly elderly homeless men. Many suspect he wanted to become the worst killer in Russian history. 8. Gary Ridgway, USA. Victims: 49 confirmed, possibly over 90. Where and when? Washington State from 1982 to 2000. Also known as the Green River Killer, the truck driver preyed on vulnerable women, particularly sex workers and runaways. 7. Anatoly Onoprienko, Ukraine. Victims: 52 confirmed. Where and when? Ukraine from 1989 to 1996. He selected isolated houses and gained the occupants' attention by creating a commotion. He always killed the older male occupant first. 6. Andrei Chikatilo, Ukraine. Victims: 53 confirmed, possibly 56. Where and when? Rostov area, Russia, from 1978 to 1990. Known as the Rostov Ripper, the former school teacher is notorious for mutilating his victims, often eating their sexual organs. 5. Yang Xinhai, China. Victims: 67 confirmed. Where and when? Anhui, Hebei, Henan, and Shandong between 2000 to 2003. He entered victims' homes and killed all of the occupants with axes, hammers, and shovels. He always wore new clothes and large shoes. 4. Pedro Rodrigues Filho, Brazil. Victims: 71 confirmed, possibly over 100. Where and when? Minas Gerais from 1967 to 2003. At 14, he killed a politician. He went on to focus on inmates, but he also killed his father, eating part of his heart. 3. Daniel Camargo Barbosa, Colombia. Victims: 72 confirmed, possibly 180. Where and when? Ecuador, Colombia, and possibly Brazil from 1974 to 1986. Because he preyed on virgins, the majority of his victims were children. Though he killed 72, he is said to have sexually assaulted at least 150. 2. Pedro Lopez, Colombia. Victims: 110 confirmed, possibly more than 300. Where and when? Colombia, Peru, and Ecuador from 1969 to 1979. Known as the Monster of the Andes, he preyed on young girls. He was imprisoned before being released on bond, after which he fled and his whereabouts remain unknown. 1. Luis Garavito, Colombia. Victims: 138 confirmed, possibly over 300. Where and when? Colombia, Ecuador, and Venezuela from 1992 to 1999. Known as the Beast, he more frequently preyed on homeless boys, luring them with money. He often tortured the victims severely before killing them. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe for more information. Please do support us.